I hope you're ready for this awesome two logos that you're going to get here.
Cryware? I never not ready for Cryware.
Sega and Obsidian together at last.
Wait, is this that Sonic ARPG I've been hearing about?
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's called Sonic Protocol.
Sonic Protocol, okay.
So this is Alpha Protocol. It's an RPG. We're going to be playing it on hard. It kind of plays like a shooter because it was made in the Mass Effect 1 engine, and people kind of think the people didn't really get it when it came out, but it's really awesome. The way that your choices affect the storyline in this game is like second to nothing but Deus Ex.
So this is first person?
No, it's third person.
Okay,
and
I saw martial arts, and I'm wondering.
Yeah, I showing off. There's 3 classes, and they start you off with a build, but there's also the choice of Freelancer, and Freelancer will start you off with 10 AP. Here's Freelancer, or 31 AP.
Build your own.
Yeah, and then you can just build however way you want. Stealth and pistols are absolutely the way to go if you want to play this game. I would put everything into stealth right away because it gets you the master awareness skill. So
now, does this do that Skyrim thing where you can walk in front of people with stealth, or does it focus more on line of sight?
It's more on line of sight. It's a more legit stealth experience, although we're going to be playing Recruit, and Recruit doesn't give you any starting skill points. There's ways to get starting skill points after, like, during the parts that we'll be playing through, but you don't get anything to start with. It's more fun this way, and you unlock Veteran, and Veteran starts with lots of skill points.
All right.
So if you beat it with Recruit, then you unlock the Veteran class, and then you can it's easier to do lots of subsequent playthroughs.
So this is going to be a no-death run, right?
I'm also playing it on hard. This is going to be an edit out all my shitty runs playthrough.
Okay.
I'll tell you where I fucked up though.
Sure.
So like stealth and pistols are the best. Sabotage has some good skills in it. Martial arts is useless. All the other weapons are pretty much useless. You'll see that.
Balance.
Yeah, it's not exactly well balanced, but I would say this game's peaks far outweigh its valleys.
So is this in-engine?
No, this is a cutscene. This is an FMV cutscene. But
what year did this come out?
It was after Mass Effect 1, but before Mass Effect 2, so I don't remember exactly. 2004-ish.
I've got to admit that this is an Obsidian game I didn't hear about.
Yeah, lots of people haven't heard about this game, and it's my favorite Obsidian game.
That's a lot of praise.
Yeah, Obsidian makes a lot of great games, but there not many spy games come out
at all.
At all. And so it's unique in that sense, and it's just great. You're gonna see it.
Can you do? Is it possible to do a no-kill playthrough, kind of like Splinter?
Yes, it is. I'm going to show you this later, but this game actually tells you how many orphans you've created by your direct action.
That's like a snake eater.
Yeah, we're going to be trying to do a no-orphan run. I'm not making any promises, though.
The fewer orphans you make, the better.
Yeah, I'm going to be trying for that.
That's just general life advice.
Yeah, try not to make any orphans, everybody.
I really like this production so far. It has that Tom Clancy feel.
Yeah, that's what they were going for, and you'll see there's a love of the genre to this game.
That's absolutely not G-Man.
No, not at all.
Looks like a cigar is wrapped in patriotism.
Oh yeah, good old capitalist patriotism, as if the two things were
ever inseparable.
Yeah. 3 months ago.
Okay, that's compelling.
Here we are. We're in the.
I really like that ID. The whatchamacallit. He's got
all the QR codes on him.
Thank you. So that all the surveillance cameras can catch him.
Yeah.
Next drug screening test. They could have just asked me to close my eyes.
All right, so we're gonna get control here right away.
So this isn't after Fallen Sanity.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I don't actually know anything about After Fallen Sanity, though, so I'm probably not going to get the reference. Well, there's something vibrating, but I'm going to just take a look around the room, because I think this room is kind of cool. Here we go.
PDA. That's, yeah. My joke, yeah.
Yeah, is it going to work out? It's going to be a good reference. Okay, so this game is based on the 3 JBs. The X button will make you act like James Bond, the Y button will make you act like Jack Bauer, and the B button will make you act like Jason Bourne. So, it's suave, aggressive, and professional. So instead of giving you like a...
So this is kind of like a speech wheel sort of thing?
Yeah, instead of like Mass Effect where they try to tell you what you're going to say, you just take a stance, and whatever Thornton says, it'll be based on that stance. And different characters will react to different stances, and you can kind of figure out what they might like before you start talking to them.
I like how it's straightforward but doesn't reveal the dialogue. There's
a guard outside.
Yeah.
Eventually he's going to come check on you. And when he does...
Can you distract the guard? Unlock the door.
I could. A glitch in the security panel in the hall outside might do it. As long as you don't make too much noise when you leave, you might take him by surprise while he's checking in.
The way she said that made it seem like she might not.
The security system now.
Yeah.
I could. I don't know.
I could help you out here,
Aren't
but
you the spy?
Now, you'll notice I sneak my way out of here, and I should be able to sneak up on this guy, but he's positioned in such a way that you have to punch him, just so that they show you how punching works.
I like that, and that has the feel of CQC from Metal Gear.
Yeah.
It's nice and fast. It was fast. That's what I appreciate.
Yeah. Guys will block a lot, and you have to let them start their attack animation so you can interrupt it.
I like that. I like interrupts.
Yeah, so this is the first of the mini-games, like the hacking type mini-games.
Are you going to have to do some of these kind of under time limit?
Yeah, there is a time limit, and it's not too hard, but here on hard difficulty, it's a little tough sometimes.
I like the visual representation. I mean, it is just a hacking mini-game, but it did look good.
There's 3 different versions, and we'll see all 3 in this tutorial area. Now this is where stealth counts.
I've got to say that not only did After Fall seem to rip this aesthetic off, but it made it look worse later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this like clean white facility where we are coming out of some sort of medical research thing and everything.
Well, I'm glad this game was influential on something, because it really should be influential on fucking everything. So yeah, we're gonna be trying to do stealth mostly because it's just more fun.
Now, did this only have a console release, or is this on PC as well?
This is on PC, but it did get released on 360, and I want to say it didn't hit PS3, and it just hit 360, but I don't know. So yeah, you got to be careful in areas like these, because there can definitely be guys that you're not aware of right away.
I'm really liking a lack of radar.
Yeah, there's a way to get a radar, and it's in the stealth. It's in the stealth skill tree, so it really makes these first stealthy areas way more difficult than later on.
So things like radar and other HUD elements, do they try and provide a kind of technological in-game reason, or is it just because video games?
It's mostly just because video games. You can use this to distract guys sometimes. But it's kind of implied that it's Michael Thornton's like skill that's doing it, like
he's gotten better at listening. Yeah.
So this is the second of the 3 hacking minigames. This is lockpicking, and this one's my favorite because it requires a really light touch on the analog triggers. It uses the analog triggers of the 360 in a way that actually makes this minigame difficult in sort of a fun way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. For me and my shaky hands, it's a little more challenging than for most people, probably.
I find most lockpicking minigames very unsatisfying, even the standard ones like Skyrim, etc.
Yeah. Skyrim, I don't like that one very much.
It was the same way in Fallout, but I guess I appreciated it more because you couldn't pick high-level locks unless you were spec'd into it.
Guards at the exit. Try to stay out of sight if
Yeah.
you can.
That guy really should have seen me do that, but oh well.
So is this the sort of...
It was an FMV, or it was a cutscene, so it doesn't count.
Is this the sort of thing where once you kind of get a feel for how the stealth works, it becomes trivialized?
They will, like, guard positions will get more difficult as the game goes along, but you will have more skills with which to deal with them.
Yeah, I know
So
that
it's...
in some stealth-based games you kind of get used to the way the stealth AI works, and you kind of gain a second sense for how far you can push it, where the vision cones are, etc.
This is a good example of a time when there were guys down there, and I just bypassed them. It's not a good idea to go down there and knock them out. But I would say the patrols get shaken up enough to where you can't really have a sixth sense for that kind of thing.
So it's like you know
behavior gets shaken up enough to where guys will be a bit unpredictable.
You know that you can sneak up on someone, but you don't know there's going to be a guy around the corner or not.
Yeah, there's a way that that you can learn about that, but you still have to be careful. So this is the third minigame, and basically everything is moving except for the parts that aren't moving, and then you want to match up with the parts that aren't moving.
It's kind of like a movie interpretation of checking hash codes.
Yeah. I thought about shooting this guy, but I wasn't close enough for a critical, so I'm just going to let this guy... And this is the awareness power, so once you activate this skill, you can see a little arrow above every guard and see where they're looking. But until you put 5 points into stealth, and that's 30 AP, it's an activated power that has a cooldown.
And then I assume that once you've got it, after that, it's just a permanent heads up.
Yeah. So you do have to earn your radar.
Stay where you are.
Back into more plot.
Yeah, we'll get back into dialogue here.
So,
That's enough.
I don't know if I'm ruining the plot by asking, but is this an infiltration mission, or?
No, you'll see here.
You got kidnapped and questioned.
We've been recruited.
Is this place?
Okay.
Very. Not only does this place not exist, but places that think they know about this place, well, they don't exist either.
That's a little confusing.
I like that. That's good dialogue.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You're not done hazing me yet.
Yep. I'm gonna ask you some questions, run you through some more tests.
Oh, you know what? I'm assuming this really kind of lies in the shadow of Mass Effect, doesn't it?
It depends
Yeah,
on
that's the
tests,
problem.
Yes.
And the Mass Effect 1 engine didn't make people think the right way when they came into this.
Rereading your dossier.
Like, it's an RPG. Your stats matter.
More like a pamphlet, fresh out
It
of language.
feels like a shooter, so people think that when they shoot it,
I think I've got
You
potential,
know,
sir.
it should be perfectly accurate.
If you gain more experience
Oh,
in
that's
the field,
yeah. That
you may want to specialize
I don't know how you could have solved that other than by having it be published by someone other than Sega.
Now,
Yeah.
the pin here and meet the rest of the crew.
All right. Is there anything I should know?
Nothing you can't find out on your own.
Also, this seems like an outlier in terms of games that would use the Mass Effect engine. It wasn't a widely used engine outside of, say, Dragon Age.
Basics, confine
Yeah, well, like,
I won't
Obsidian used to have that relationship with BioWare where they would always make another game with their engines.
I'll see you soon.
This was like the last game that
Great.
Obsidian had
Just
that
like
relationship
high
with
school.
BioWare
Some
for.
tests, then chat with the guidance counselor about my
It's like
future.
nobody can handle their writing.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Nobody
odd.
but fucking Kickstarter.
I could gush about that still.
Yeah, so we're picking up a point in stealth here. It's point of concealment. Concealment just it makes it harder for guys to see you. So you're a little less noisy, a little less visible.
Does that translate into animations and sound effects made by the character?
Not really. It's just a stat thing.
I always have to ask because I really like that stuff.
No weapons past this point.
So we get our trank gun taken by this guy, and I kind of like this guy.
He's, I don't know about the soul patch.
Oh, we're gonna have more than that once we get to our locker.
Oh,
I like these
disguises?
screens. You'll see.
Okay.
I like these screens. They actually have data on them that's plot relevant.
That's the whitest.
There's a lot of detail going on here.
That was one of the whitest terrorists I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, they're being pretty PC about it. I mean they're trying anyway. So yeah, you can change your appearance
You probably want to
at all the safe houses.
your gears in
There isn't a lot of personal options, so I'm just gonna go through them here real quick. Yeah. So, yeah. We're just gonna check out the possibilities here real quick.
That's fine. It shows off the character creator bits.
Now this is my favorite. I love all the different styles of beard. All of them are tempting, but I had to go with a particular one.
No. Okay, not the soul patch then.
No, I had to go for the lumberjack.
It's always the best. Trucker. Oh no, it's not a trucker cap.
Pretty close. I was tempted by the swamp hat, but I didn't really want him to come across too much like a Duck Dynasty character, so I went for the beanie.
Always have to have
And then-
shades of some kind.
I was gonna have shades, but your eyelashes kind of stick out of them
Oh, no.
annoyingly during
Oh, no.
cutscenes. It really sucks, so
No,
I'm gonna leave them off.
I would never not be able to ignore that.
Yeah, it's really distracting.
Orientation's not mandatory. You can turn around and go back to Westridge right now.
So, will changing your appearance between missions have any effect on how you're recognized?
Our war does not end here.
I don't think so. I've never tried that, but this game is the kind of game that's detailed enough that it might. So, all over the place there are email systems you can hack into, and you can get dossier information and insight and stuff from the emails. I'm not gonna leave it on these emails long enough that we can actually read them.
People can pause. It's fine.
Yeah, you can pause, but I'll tell you, we hear about an arms dealer named Nasri for the first time here, and we learn about the missiles that took down the airliner in the intro a little bit, and then we learn a bit about Thornton's rookie. This email changes based on which class you chose.
Oh, I like
So
that.
because he's a rookie,
Nigel Winthrop. That's awful.
yeah, he's a shithead. You'll find out. Basically, this is like a follow the money kind of email, and then this is about Sean Darcy being a creep towards Mina, and not taking no for an answer the way he should.
That's creepy.
Well, we'll find out a little more about that. Now, I really want some candy sweets.
Do they restore your HP?
I really got to get me some candy sweets. Give me some fucking candy sweets.
Aw.
I can't get any candy sweets.
People forget to pick that can up, citizen.
All right, let's go into gadget orientation. You get extra XP for doing these.
Mikey, be with you in a moment. I'm just setting some things up here.
Wait, so you could have just skipped this?
Yeah, you could. It's optional, but
Meet you. Yeah, that's great.
because we're doing rookie, we definitely want to do them.
Will
right.
going through all the training bring you up to roughly the same XP as doing
You
recruit?
and me should get along fine.
Not quite as much, but it'll get you some. It'll get you some.
It's
And
not-
also picking
yeah.
the recruit dialogue options as they come up. will also get you some extra AP
Time talking.
in a couple of different situations during this tutorial.
It feels to me, going through this, that it seems like playing as a rookie should be the preferred first-time playthrough, because
Yeah, I would recommend it.
you're kind of poking around in the dark, and then you go through this orientation, and that will affect your character further, and you'd kind of come out with a character that reflects how you are coming at the game.
And without spoiling anything, I'll say it makes more sense for the plot.
Target range for you.
That you're a rookie that's totally green that they picked up out of nowhere.
We'll get started.
All right then.
That beard, it looks like a fake beard. I really love that.
Back and grab some more. All right, everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite. It's a perennial classic.
Start checking.
Oh, yeah.
They're concussion rounds, so don't be
Grenades don't come in too handy if you're doing a stealth run. And honestly, they don't come in that handy anyway.
Oh, that's a weak grenade.
Well, these are concussion grenades. They're stun grenades.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
Now how about something more challenging? Try a ricochet to hit the target behind the wall.
It's not challenging if you drop at angle.
Use the wall for a hook shot.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's pretty straightforward.
If they had made it fade out,
Get one through the window.
like instead of showing exactly where it would go, like if they showed the start of the arc but not the end,
That would,
then
yeah.
it might be a little
Try and
easier,
check when
or a
we
little
leave the
less
truck and
easy.
take out the gas tank.
I gotta say, I like the lighting in this. I assume that's kind of a product of the Mass Effect engine.
Yeah.
See that electronic lock there? Use your EMP grenade to shut it down. Can save you time in the field.
So yeah, you can use EMP grenades to skip hacking.
Is the grenade the only method of getting an EMP burst, or can you get like directional EMP, etc.?
It's shut down.
I think it's the only way. You can set them up on the wall and then have EMP trigger on proximity.
Oh.
You can do that with all the grenades. We're doing that here. These are shock grenades.
That fulfills the kind of space I was thinking about, so that's good.
Yeah.
Shifts for a while.
So this part is timed. And time on these orientation missions is the major factor of whether you'll succeed or fail.
I just kind of thought of something. In that intro sequence where you have the option to shoot people, like, are you killing them?
No, they're
Okay,
trank ammo. Yeah, that would be,
Interesting recruitment tactics.
yeah. Oops. Well, we can just punch this guy, technically.
Give him a punch.
Yeah, we don't have to use the gadgets. Does make it a lot easier, though.
The doc.
Pissed. All right, all done. Head on up, Mike. I'll give you a breakdown on your performance.
So all of these 3 first orientation missions come with a score, and as long as you get over 100, or 100 or more, you'll get a bonus mission.
You know, that performance wasn't half bad. Almost as good as my
Are the bonus missions just something you can access from the menu or something?
No, you gotta take him now. He'll ask you, like, do you want to do an extra thing, and then you have to say yes.
And that's more skill points?
Yeah, it's more XP. There are like achievements in this game that give you little stat boosts. They're called perks. So you get a perk for each one too.
Okay, that's good.
And you take home the winnings. If you lose, you'll owe us.
Wow,
Although I think this one's just money.
you're being pulled into gambling already. You haven't even been out in the field and they're making bets.
Get ready.
These guys are real shitheads. Well, Sean Darcy specifically is a gigantic shithead.
But on their terms.
So this mission is a bit fucked up.
All you need to do is shut
Well,
them
you'll
down.
see. I sped it up
Guards are gonna
because
try to reset them. Every
it's
time
super
an alarm
fucking
goes
boring
off, another
if you
squad's
know how to
coming in.
cheese it, and
They
cheesing it
all
is
want a shot,
almost
trust me.
mandatory.
Alarm goes off enough times.
So basically, you got to disable the alarms 3
You have
times,
the technology to beat 'em. So let's see even the odds.
and they give you a gadget called a radio mimic, and you can use this on the field to disable alarms remotely. So we're just gonna skip past because I'm just wasting time.
So
The radio mimic has a cooldown.
does the radio mimic, I'm guessing, allows you to spoof a guard and say all clear?
Yeah, exactly. So once you use it 3 times, there's guards out there, but you just don't want to go out there, right?
Right.
So you just
They might have you
hang out in the room that you start in and use the radio mimic 3 times and you win.
The alarm keeps going off. No, it's fine. The other
You'd
guards.
think they'd catch on eventually.
That's all.
20K. I can't believe we bet $10,000 on this.
Out of the gate.
Mikey.
So that's it for episode 1. We're gonna tackle the rest of the orientation missions in episode 2.
Great, and I found that I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting what that was at all. So I'm glad you didn't really tell me much about it.
Yeah, I wanted to get your blind reactions, so we'll continue to do that.
And I would say I would consider this to be kind of a lost gem so far, unless things start to fall apart.
Yeah, the people who know about it really like it, but like tons of people don't know about it.
That's Sega.
Yeah, and like lost Obsidian games too.